Oh, yes. 2025 Sunset Rewind back at you. I love LA. The Dodgers are world champions.
Again.
And it is playoff time in high school football. What a wonderful time of year. We are joined by two special guests today. Michael Huntley of the Orange County Register. Kent Bickell, the voice of the Cypress Centurions, Fountain Valley Barons, Western Pioneers, Los Alamitos Griffins, and your partner in the broadcast booth for a couple of seasons.
Back in the day.
And these gentlemen are both experts on high school football, so we are here to talk with them, get their insight, keen insights into what's going on in the CIF playoff brackets that are now officially out. We have them in front of us, and boy, there are some awesome matchups.
Real quick, Mr. Huntley.
Yes, sir.
I know Steve Fryer, Dan Albano, first ballot Hall of Fame type guys at the Register, your coworkers. But I got to think the glue that holds that whole thing together is you. Is that a fair assessment? Or
I mean, you're way too kind. I'm probably second ballot Hall of Famer if I had to guess. But no, I've only been there for this is my 10th year actually being there on the contributing level. And those guys are great. We do a great job over there. And Steve and Dan have been there. Steve's been there since 1978, I think, is when Steve got there. Man, so Taryn wasn't even born yet or anything like that. So.
I remember waiting for the newspaper at 6 a.m. to get the high school scores back. Right. That was his era. Remember they had a hard deadline?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I was in high school. We had the inserts every Saturday morning where it was like a special section for the OT varsity. We covered every single game.
Right. Where did you at high school?
Aliso Miguel High School.
Okay. And then how did you end up at the Register real quick?
So I studied journalism at Cal State Fullerton. I was sports editor at Daily Titan. And then I worked at
Albano was a
Fullerton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fryer went to Cal State Fullerton also.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
Long Beach
starting to see
State.
some, networking.
And then I worked at a restaurant for a little bit. I couldn't find a journalism job. And then my buddy was a freelancer for them, my buddy Joseph Anderson. And then he said, hey, they need people for football season. So I reached out to Brian Patterson, who's a sports editor there. And he said, hey, if you're available, come cover a game. I covered Mary Star, the Seavers, Cabot Valley Christian was my first game, and there was like 10 people there.
Yeah.
But then eventually they need people in the office, and I said, sure, I'll help out in the office. And then it's been 10 years, and my role's been changing a little bit up here and there, but now I'm probably the number 3 guy.
But you're slowly working your way up.
Slowly working my way up. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you've been getting a lot of good games this year.
Yeah, Dan and Steve get to pick their games, and I usually get pick of the litter, the rest of them.
Usually number 3 is not bad. There's a lot of good games.
There's great games. I mean, I'm usually in South County. I'm based in South County, so I usually get the top South County game that they're not going to. But it's been great. It's been a great year. There's been some awesome teams. Taryn,
you're kind of I don't want to say struggling reporter, but you're trying to get that next step opportunity. And there's a perfect example. Was kind of struggling at first, but he was patient, bided his time, and now he's one of the top writers for the Register. So hang in there, big dog.
Yeah, I mean, I totally can agree. It's just that I've been out of college since 2021 when I graduated from Long Beach State, unfortunately for Huntley and the other Cal State Fullerton grads. So I'm
Picked
still
the wrong
trying
school,
to,
brother.
Yeah.
Well, just because you didn't go to Cal State Fullerton doesn't mean you still can't, work for the Orange County Register. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, Taryn, just remember, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
There's no rush.
Until you reach 40, though. Then it's a little bit of a rush.
Whoa. Well, hey, I'm 54, so cry me a river.
Well, you're full-time, though.
Yes.
You have to have 25 years of full-time employment to retire. Otherwise, you are doomed.
Okay, we will talk financial planning on another episode. Let's get to CIF. This is why people are tuning in.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's pull it up. What are we going to start with? D1, instant reaction thoughts?
D1 bracket, we got St. John Bosco hosting Orange Lutheran. You got Sierra Canyon hosting Santa Margarita. Mission Viejo going to Mater Dei. And then Servite going to Corona Centennial. Oof, boy.
So they went with people have asked us on the Fan Zone. It's kind of arbitrary. How do they determine if they're going to go 8, 10, 12 in Division I? And how does that work out?
Well, this year it was a little different. I thought there was a really good chance there was going to be 16. The gap between 8 and 9, if you look at the HS ratings, wasn't as great as it's been in years past. It was obvious. In fact, coming into this week, I thought it was gonna be a slam dunk. But after this past week, I thought absolutely I know that the commissioners or those people that vote on it wanted 16 teams, but the CIF folks, they trumped it and said, all right, we're just going to go 8, which makes sense. But there's the gaps between 6 and 7, 7 and 8, 8 and 9. They're not that great anymore. They weren't an obvious what they call a gap. There's a gap. You could actually see it on the HS rating site. There's a physical gap you can see, and it isn't that great anymore.
They don't want blowouts in the first round anymore. And I think if you went to 16, I think they might go 16 next year. The coaches want it, and they hate having the bye in the first week. The coaches, but I think that if they don't want blowouts. So I think if you get like Bosco's the 1 versus the 16, who I don't know who the 8 seed is in D2. It's probably
pull that up right after this.
I don't know. It's probably not going to be. It's probably be lopsided.
Yeah.
They want closer games where Olu might not be able to hang with Bosco, but Modern Day Mission is going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a pretty great game. Survey can hang with Centennial. They're pretty quick. Sierra Canyon, Santa Margarita is going to be outstanding. Those are the 2 best defenses I think in the southern section. So I think
So
you
they're
get
looking
great
for a
matchups.
natural break, and they felt 8 made the most sense.
They thought that this year. Murrieta Valley's I think the 1 seed in Division 2, and I think the gap's not that huge like you said. It's not a huge gap, but I think they also want to keep all the privates in one
Which
division.
I'm fine with. I'd actually
Right.
like to see my own private, even Korean Lutheran for that matter, because
Yeah.
when you talk about private schools, not one of those kids grew up in that area. The whole team is nothing but transfers. And I'm not even saying that in a bad way. It's just a different situation.
Yeah, it's a different set of rules.
Correct. So like when Huntington Beach was playing Korean Lutheran, nobody lives over there where Korean Lutheran
Yeah.
is. They just came in from all over, so you have an inherent advantage, which is why I'd like to see it broken off that way. But,
I really
we'll
want to
see
see
what
that Sierra Canyon team. We all, in our neighborhood, we all know Modern Day and Bosco, how good they are. I was kind of hoping for maybe a Sierra Canyon St. John Bosco final,
Same here.
but that's not going to happen. But what a bracket! All right, any predictions? Who's going to win the D1 bracket?
I think you're gonna get Bosco Modern Day again.
Again.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm looking at the bracket here. I think Sierra Canyon, they fell a 4 after Modern Day beat Bosco last week, and that's tough for them. I mean, they're dominant on defense. Margarita Sierra Canyon is the best game in the first round. I mean, that game is one I really want to see because those defenses are going to be just outstanding. I'm thinking Modern Day Centennial rematch in the semifinals too. It's going to be awesome.
That's gonna be a battle.
Modern Day was down 28-3 in
Yeah.
that game, and they came back and they took the lead at one point, I believe. So I mean, that's going to be
Yes.
really fun.
Here's the thing that stands out to me: the worst record in football is 10-1, and there's a good chance that Sierra Canyon could end up 10-1.
Yeah.
But CIF's different nowadays, in terms of it's not the old CIF where you actually had a real discrepancy between the top and the bottom seed. Now they're all kind of crunched together, so you could be 10-0, and like I said, you're going to Santa Margarita, which is crazy, but that's just the new norm. What do you guys think about the new format? Do you like it versus the old, or thoughts on that?
In terms of what?
Well, remember you were slotted into a division.
Right, you knew you were D3 at the beginning of the season.
regardless of your
If we got finished
record.
4th place, we're probably not getting in.
Absolutely love this. This is competitive throughout. And to Mike's point, 1 to 8 in the top in Division 1 is just going to be those. It's competitive games throughout, and then now you go D2 all the way down to D14 now, and every game 1 versus 16 should be fairly close, and I love it.
I like it too, just because, like you said, you never know. Also, when you slot it ahead of the season, you're kind of rewarding teams for their past performance or punishing teams for past performance.
Right.
Now you kind of get to see like, hey, Korean Lutheran is awesome this year. They should be in Division 2. Or Colonel Del Mar has an outstanding season. They should be Division 2 instead of before the season slotting it out. One thing I like to change is sometimes it rewards programs that are like powerhouse programs that have bad seasons. Like Long Beach probably 3 years ago won Division 4 and just dominated everybody. And so like St. Pius last year winning Division 8. Like it's like these
With
are
a 1-9 regular season.
these are teams that are usually higher,
Yeah.
and they kind of had a bad season, and there weren't enough at-large spots in their division, so they get in there. So
How,
that's
how
one
would
of
you
those
fix
things.
it? That's a great point, because you're right. There was like a 1-9 team, and like
Cypress was 2-8.
Well, the way to fix it, I mean, you have to if you don't want 1-9 teams in the playoffs, you have to give buys, and they don't want to give buys. So like
They
if
want
you don't
that
if you
gate
don't
money.
if you don't want San Juan Jose in the playoffs, which obviously a lot of reasons for that, but I'm saying they're not any other winning at-large teams in Division 2. So you're going to get the one team a bye.
because now you're pulling up lower teams to fill up the slots, and it
Right.
just becomes a slaughter again, which is
Yeah.
what they don't want.
Yeah.
Right.
I
yeah,
guess-
I think Mo, there's if there's going to be a fix, one of the things that the inherent issues with the Moore League, Poly plays such a weak schedule in the Moore League that they're going to always get lowered a bit in the HS ratings because of who they're playing.
Correct.
And so they're playing teams with minus ratings levels. So they're always going to get pushed down lower
Right.
unless
they're winning games and dropping.
Absolutely, they're dropping a bunch. So the way this system's set up now, that's going to happen continuously, unless you're in like what they've done with Orange County, with the Orange County leagues, where everybody's kind of there's some parity there. Well, you won't have that as much. You're gonna eliminate a lot of that stuff, which I think is good.
Right.
But if you're not doing it across the board, you have these these disparities that are going to continue to happen.
Yeah, that's a great point. And to what you're talking about is all the teams in Orange County are kind of ranked. And based on the rankings, that's that league. So
Right.
you have 6 all the way down. Whereas in the other leagues, I didn't mean to say that. That's kinda,
Gosh dang it, Mo.
I'm going to church after. Whereas in the other leagues, you might have those top-heavy teams. Then they got a couple buys because there's a lot of bottom feeders. And so
Right.
it just kind of screws up the whole ranking, to your point. So, all right, well, those are things maybe CIF can talk about. Your thoughts on the whole leaguing process in Orange County versus the other?
I love the Orange County one. I mean, I miss the local rivalries kind of. Some of them are going to go by the wayside.
Yeah.
But they can still play each other in non-league if they want to.
Right.
But I like the way they're grouped, where like the last place team isn't that much worse than the first place team in a lot of these leagues. In the Alpha League, Edison lost to Sacramento by 1 point on a 2-point conversion. Sacramento used to be a second place team. Los Alamos Sacramento was a great game. I mean, these leagues are pretty balanced for the most part. And then every 2 years you get to fix it. They're going to readjust it next year. So if there's a discrepancy, it gets fixed right away. So it's I like it the way it is right now.
I agree. And they're going to add 2 more teams to the Alpha League, which
Yes.
is going to get it.
Yeah.
That really put those 3 teams in a bind trying to schedule because nobody
Yes.
wants to play them
Right.
around here. They can't play each other because they're league opponents. So they're going all over the
You
country.
get Los Alamos getting back-to-back buys because they can't schedule any.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough.
Exactly.
So as
Yeah,
far as
Chad
D1
Johnson
goes,
didn't approve of the Alpha League being a 4-team league.
Yeah.
I agree with Michael on the D1. I think you're going to have a Bosco Mater Day final, and it's going to be a rematch again. And I think I'm going to go with Bosco winning D1.
Okay, I'm going to be the naysayer here. I say Sierra Canyon gets this one.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, I
All
like
right.
it.
Their
They
defense
got a
is gonna
couple
get put to
Los
the
Al
test,
kids
though.
over there, and Gerard Terry and Tron Baker.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
They skipped on over there for their senior year, and I'm going to be. I think Sierra Canyon. This is their year.
Sierra
Okay.
Canyon almost beat Bosco 2 years ago.
Who do you got winning D1, Taryn?
You know what? I'll take Bosco just to be safe. I was gonna say
Michael-
Mater Day, but it's like I don't know.
Who wins that game, Michael? Bosco or Mater Day?
Well, my Mater Day just won it 3 days ago.
I
but
picked Mater Day. than
Mater
that.
Day got some lucky, not lucky picks, but turnovers are kind of like a weird, like you never know.
Yeah.
CJ Lavender, an incredible game for Mater Day. Bosco is still really young. Like the defense is all juniors, and but I think Bosco can beat them again. 'Cause, I mean, it's hard to be a good team twice. It's gonna be in the Rose Bowl, the championship game. Sophomore quarterback Koa Malalu, he's really, really good, and I would take Bosco in that game right now. But I mean, the thing about Division I is there's 6 teams that if they won, it wouldn't shock me.
Right.
I think 1 through 6, Centennial, Mission, those are really good teams. I really think any of those 6 teams that win, nothing would shock me with that Division I.
Who do you got, Mo?
I mean, it's like who's got the easy path? Nobody. Like every round is a battle. Like I guess who can play? Give me Santa Margarita. They play great defense.
Whoa.
I know.
Carson Palmer. All right, so we got 3 St. John Boscos, a Sierra Canyon, and a Santa Margarita.
My only concern for Mater Day is which Mater Day team are we going to get? Are we going to get the disciplined Mater Day that is just raring to go? Or are we going to get the undisciplined one, which is going to accumulate a lot of yards and penalties and spot the other team points? That's my big thing right there. If Mater Day plays disciplined football, in which Raul Lara does an excellent job, I think Mater Day can win the whole thing. But if they spot the other team points, they mess around, if they turn the ball over a bunch of times like they did against Corona Centennial, I think it becomes an uphill climb for Mater Day. And speaking of which, it's now who's the number 1 team nationally in terms of max preps? Because it could either be St. Francis Academy of Maryland, it could still be Bosco, there's still Buford or Grayson of Georgia that's making a case. I mean, there's also Bishop Gorman that's up there, IMG Academy.
All right, we get the point. Let's go D2.
Stay tuned. That's why you got to watch the
Taryn,
game.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, the national championship, quote unquote, is going to be really interesting to see who wins.
Well, let me ask you two guys this
overall.
real quick. Does the D1 champion, in effect, become the national champion?
Some years, yes. This year, probably. Because, I mean, Bishop Gorman's right up there. And Bishop
But like
Gorman...
if Santa Margarita were to win it with 3 losses, then you got some teams
Nah,
in New
yeah,
Jersey.
you're right.
Yeah.
It depends on who wins. If Bosco wins, it's probably them.
Okay. Would you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost, when you crown a paper national champion, it's probably going to say, we don't want Mater Day or Bosco there anymore. It's time for somebody else.
Right,
So
right.
I would say it's going to be somebody else.
Okay. Let's go to
Division
D2.
I mean, nothing against St. Francis, but they have a paper soft schedule as well as IMG Academy. But that said, those 2 teams play one another this Saturday, or I think it's this Friday.
Yes. All right. D2.
Division
I
two.
talk about this on my personal football podcast.
So, 2 Sunset Rewind schools in D2. Corona Del Mar has to travel to Murrieta Valley. Whew, that's a big game. And then look at that, Yorba Linda at Los Alamitos. Oh my gosh, what a dream matchup of those 2 coaching staffs. Jeff Bailey versus Ray Fenton. Wow.
Let's go to the top real quick. I want to know your guys' thought on the whole San Juan Hills situation. Wait, well, let's save that. Corona Del Mar, 9-1. Are they league champs in your mind? Do you know the backstory? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I know the backstory.
Okay.
In my mind, yeah. I mean, on the field, it's a 3-way tie, but you never know now with San Juan Hills if they beat San Juan Hills. But
Correct.
if those players don't play against Yorba, does Yorba beat them? And then there's 5-0. So you can't, you can't really tell because we can't play like what would have happened if those guys don't play. What coulda, shoulda. In my mind, Corona Del Mar is still worthy of calling themselves league champs. But you never know. Yorba Linda might have been beat San Juan Hills if guys don't play. So you can't really say. I think they could be called co-champs, but
I don't like retroactively pulling a championship. They went into that game as the co-champs and found out after the fact that San Juan Hills had to forfeit games. I remember guys resting for the playoffs, knowing that they already had the playoffs. And again, I don't know all this. Was Coach Heading maybe holding back on plays that he wants to save the playoffs? And I'm not saying he wasn't playing to win, and they darn near won it anyway.
You can't take a league championship from Corona Del Mar because of something San Juan Hills did.
I don't think they went into the game thinking, "Oh, we already won a league title." Let's kind of. I think they want the undefeated season, something they really wanted, and I think everyone wants an undefeated season. Laguna Beach was the same thing in the lower division there, but I think that Yorba Linda is a really good matchup. Yorba Linda, they're really good. They're physical. It's a bad matchup for Corona Del Mar because Corona Del Mar kind of deep ball. Garrett James, Dorset Secker on the outside there. Yorba Linda's going to punch you in the mouth. Great game, obviously, but I mean, I don't think that they were going into that game thinking like, oh, we're already league champs. Let's kind of like save it.
The only reason I picked Yorba, and kind of to your point, is they just play a style that CDM wasn't going to get as many opportunities to score, so they had to almost be perfect when they got those chances. I think Yorba threw the ball 4 times in the second half. They ground and pound. The offense is on the sideline getting cold. They still almost won it, but just kind of a weird situation. I don't know. I was just curious. Did you have any thoughts on that, Ken?
No, I really was removed from that particular game or that league altogether.
Okay.
So I really don't have anything important to add.
Fair enough. All right, what do we got?
San Juan Hills, speaking of
The
them,
best way to keep Corona Del Mar's offense off the field is by making sure they're not on the field. Have long offensive drives. Kind of like with La Habra and Huntington Beach.
Let's talk about San Juan Hills now. They're the next one up.
Yeah.
They are home with a 1-9 record against Downey. Do they deserve to be in the playoffs with the 1-9 record?
David Gutierrez, former.
I think no.
Fountain Valley
I think
coach.
if you have suspended players or you have ineligible players, and it puts you below the 500 mark, I think it's a no. I don't think you belong in the playoffs.
I think they could fix this very easily next year, where they can vote on an amendment that means if you forfeit games, you're not playoff eligible anymore. But the ADs vote on that, and they're not going to do it because they're terrified it's going to happen to them one day. Not even
Well, then
deliberately.
don't let it happen.
Right. That's the kind of argument. But sometimes, like, there's a team in another county where like they had to forfeit one game because of a missed paperwork issue that was not a fake address. It wasn't like a malicious this guy used a fake address. Then you take them out of the playoffs because they had to forfeit one game. There's a difference between it's like where do you draw the line between this is
4 games or something like
or
that?
this is like an honest mistake versus
Or the
like
letter
this
of the
is-
law
this is-
versus the intent.
Right. It's hard to do that, So it's like that's the way you draw the line. This year, the thing is, they're going to say like they didn't get any punishment. They're in the playoffs. They're getting a home game. The forfeiting games would be a death blow in any other division. There's too many teams that are above 500 that would have gotten in. Division 2 is one of those rare cases where there's not enough of those teams, so they get in. So the punishment is they went 1-9. They're embarrassed,
And they don't get a league title.
They don't get a league title. They're kind of a pariah right now. I guarantee you that league meeting on Monday is going to be really awkward when they do the all league.
Right?
So I mean, that's kind of the punishment. If they were in any other division, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Right.
It's just one of those Division 2s, one of those rare instances where you got J. Sarah and Norco.
You know they're going to go on and win the whole thing. I'm just telling you right
Right.
now.
No,
Just watch.
I've seen them 3 times this year. I saw them against Corona Del Mar where they got blown out. Taryn was there.
Yep.
I saw them against Yorba where they dominated Yorba, and I saw them against Chaparral, who was really good. Where they went back and forth game. They're they're good enough to win the whole thing. D2 is so loaded. I mean, Murrieta Valley, Jeremiah Watson's a great running back.
Yeah.
D2 is so loaded where anyone, there's no bad teams in Division 2 at all.
So, Murph, if you can pull up those monitor real quick, just the lower half of D2. Anything
Cream
stand out?
Lutheran lurking down there. Woo.
Vista Murrieta is really good. They beat Murrieta Valley, or they beat somebody in that area that's really good. Chaparral, Dane Weber, my favorite quarterback to watch. He's really good. I mean, this is a loaded bracket.
Does CDM have a chance?
They do, in my opinion.
At Murrieta Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a chance.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be tough. Jeremiah Watson is going to be a first-team All-State running back. I mean,
I watched that team last year at Los Al, and their whole line looked like NFL linemen.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
they're 6'5" plus.
I saw him play
across the
San
board.
Clemente, and San Clemente didn't get the ball because they were just running the ball.
Man, that's the formula.
The
All
problem
right.
is if you can force them to pass, you have a chance. But if they're getting 5 yards of carry the whole game, it's gonna be tough for Corona.
All
So
right.
it's gonna be a slow, fast game.
Who wins D2?
I'm looking right now.
That's the bottom half.
Is Los on that top half with the?
It depends, honestly. For me, I know you see Los Al all the time. Which Los Al team shows up? Is it the Los Al team that hung with Mission Viejo and put up 49 points?
Right.
Is it the Los Al team that San Clemente held to 8 to 9 points? If the Los Al team that shows up against Mission Viejo is there and Ranger's playing and all that kind of stuff, they have a chance to win Division 2. If the team that plays San Clemente shows up, then they don't have a chance.
Well, Los Al's got Yorba, and then if they get by them, San Juan Hill. I mean, that's an interesting path for Mission Viejo. And then I guess in the semis they would have
Corona
potentially
Del Mar,
Murrieta
maybe,
Valley.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's assuming
Corona
they
Del Mar
beat.
gets through. Austin.
Ken, who you going with?
Well, I'm a little biased
You're
here,
right.
so
That's okay.
yeah, I got to take the Griffins. And it isn't just because of the San Clemente game or the Mission game. It's just throughout the year, this team has played. It surprised the heck out of me. Ray Fenton and company over there, Cobley and all those guys, they've just done such an outstanding job. You've known these guys.
Yep.
Bringing together a bunch of basically neighborhood kids to produce at a level that they hadn't produced at since my kid played for them back in Cyprus. I mean, they are really taking kids that are playing as a team. And I just love that. Again, but I am biased. I would definitely count Los Al as the guy.
Look, chemistry matters. It's legit over there. Those kids talk about it all the time. I've seen it firsthand when we hang out with them. I mean, it's a big deal. And all right, you
I
got
agree
Los
with Ken.
Al.
I'm
You going
picking
Los
Los Al.
Al?
That's the OC game of the week right there.
What's that?
Los Al Yorba Linda. That's
Yeah.
the game of the week in Orange County.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're going to be at?
I don't know.
Karen, who you
Stay
picking?
tuned.
D2 championship.
I'm actually going to go on a slant here. I'm going to say maybe Crean Lutheran.
Okay,
That's
Michael.
a solid
I mean-
team. Go down to Crean. Let's see their path.
I like Crean
My
a
heart
lot.
does say Los Alamitos, though.
No, it doesn't.
Shut up, Mo.
You would have picked them if you really felt that.
I like Crean a
Sleepy
lot.
Mo, stop spreading fake news.
That Huntington
Yes.
Beach game scared me a little bit about Crean. I thought Huntington Beach. I thought Crean would be able to kind of. I watched Crean the week before against La Habra, where Crean just dominated them.
Yeah.
I thought they'd do the same to Huntington Beach, but losing is a tough game. Journey Tonga is a really good player, and then Chaparral.
And
round
Chaparral,
two.
that's a tricky one.
Chaparral's really good.
Yeah,
They-
don't let
they-
that record fool you. It's like San Clemente, not the best record, but a darn good
Chaparral
team.
lost to San Clemente on a 2-point conversion. They hung with Mission for a little bit. Chaparral's really good.
Yeah.
All right, D2's
Yeah.
legit.
What do you think?
Give me my Griffins, man.
All
Come
right,
on. We're talking about here. They'll find a way.
So D3, our dream matchup. I'm just going to say it right now.
Whoever wins, it wins CIF.
It's not. It's in the bottom 8, but there you go. The top. We'll pause for a moment and look at this. Obviously, great schools there. Look at Pacifica of Oxnard, 10-0. That's
Notre Dame, Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach.
The artists.
John Selby.
Did they just lose to Orange? Was that?
Yeah,
last-
they did.
That's
Yeah.
That was it.
24-9. Starters played the whole game. It
Okay,
wasn't-
so
it
they were
wasn't-
playing.
They
They
were,
weren't
they were,
just
they
like-
were playing.
Orange must have played for their lives, though.
Miracosta.
Apparently.
Maricosta's really good. They hung with San Juan Hills. They beat
All right.
Villa Park.
Dole go to the bottom half.
Here
This
it
is where it
is.
really gets fun.
Here it is. Dana Hills, great season. They got Aquinas. Palos Verdes at Valencia. Edison, Huntington Beach. Oh, and Capo Valley hosting Inglewood, who Los Alamitos is very familiar with.
Yep.
So, Edison, Huntington Beach, both share the same home field. Edison's going to be on the home side. We saw this in one of those, predictive bracket
The projections.
things yesterday, the projections. And I'm like, God, I went to bed last night thinking, please let
You
that
guys have
Edison
access to that
Huntington
stuff,
stick.
right?
Yeah.
Did it pretty much play out the way that how
Yeah.
accurate were those projections?
Pretty good. One came out late last night. With Rangers locked in yesterday around 2:30. I think they locked in, and it was pretty spot on.
Okay.
So I mean, I saw yesterday it was gonna be Huntington Beach Edison, And I was pretty confident about it. That's why I tweeted it out to you
I had a
guys,
lot of
and I was,
Harbor CDM parents text me like the CDM parents are upset because they think I think we're going D2,
Uh-huh.
and then the Harbor fans are like I think we're out. I'm like just gotta have faith, but yeah,
that worked.
played out.
That's how it worked out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great matchup. I mean, Hunter beat
Oh,
Edison. I
gosh.
mean, it's a fun one.
And then boy, the winner of that, I don't know much about
Inglewood.
no Valencia. We're kind of biased versus Palos Verdes. We've been covering for years. They got a 3-year starter, defending state NCAA
No,
champs.
Winner plays Capo or Inglewood.
Yeah.
The winner. If you
Edison.
know that.
No, I was projecting semifinals.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Because Dana Hill's in Laguna, I don't know. They're being, I don't say punished for their success. I don't know if they're D3 teams. They're darn good teams. But for those two teams to run the table, Dana Hill's are Laguna, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Which tells me it might be PV or Valencia versus one of those other teams. We'll see. But
Pacifica Oxnard, 10-0. Gotta look at that.
know anything about them?
Yeah, they're really fast. Taylor Lee's a quarterback. Isaiah Dillon is a D1 player. They're really fast. They play an interesting schedule up there. Oak Hill's physical, big defensive line. Lost to Jay Serra, but that's a really fun matchup. Clash of styles there, and then Amat, Marina, Mesa.
Well, the nice thing is
Yeah.
we wouldn't see any of those till the finals when I say we
Right,
are
right,
teams.
right,
so
right,
let them work that out.
Yeah. Laguna Beach Notre Dame's a fun one. Laguna Beach having to going on the road is going to be brutal for them. Sherman Oaks.
Murrieta Mesa is an interesting team.
Why is that, Taryn?
Well, first of all, they wound up winning their league. Second of all, last year they won CIF in Division 6. Now they jumped up 3 divisions. So, and they got Bishop Amont, who just recently beat Sarah of Gardena. So Murrieta Mesa is not going to be a pushover.
All right, so want to make some predictions?
Yeah, God, it's just a tough one to pick. Obviously, my heart wants to go with either Edison or Huntington. You know what, though? Maybe it's an easy pick. I'm going to go Pacifica Oxnard.
That's who you got winning it all?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, want to
Yeah, I don't. They don't play the same kind of schedules that the Edisons do.
talk about battle tested.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, those 10-0s and the the 9-1s, and depending on their league that they're in,
Correct.
it doesn't really matter a whole lot. I think you've got a team like Edison, who's played the best. They've played a really tough schedule. Yeah, they've taken their lumps, but I like them a lot in this division.
Can you go down? I want to see the bottom again. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to.
So you got Dana Hills down there as well, and a good Capo Valley team.
Valencia is a really interesting team.
Aquinas is pretty darn good in the postseason as well.
Aquinas, their league is.
They're hit and miss. They've had
yeah.
great years, and then the other.
We played them 1 year at Cypress. and,
Correct.
Yeah, they.
I still have
Pretty
nightmares
good.
from the regional game from 4 years ago when they played Newport.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick. Look just quickly looking. I'm picking Valencia.
Oh,
That's my pick. I think. Yeah.
I've got the winner of Edison Huntington. The only thing that
Wow.
worries about Edison is their back is out. Edmundstein, and he's like one of their guys.
Their loss to Lucerna kind of made me a little worried about Edison. That's a tough schedule. Lucerna's a really good team.
Right.
And then, but they hung with Sacramento last week. They can do it. They did it last year, but they don't have a Julius Gillick this year to kind of roll through that. Yeah.
Taryn, what do you think?
This one's an up for grabs division, but I think I'm going to play it safe and say Bishop Amont.
Okay.
All right.
What division we want to look at next, gentlemen? We know Marina is in D8.
You want to head over there? We can head over
I'll
there.
pull it up real quick. What the heck? Come on.
I'm already there.
Terry, maybe you should be doing this.
Yes.
The old folks home. man.
Oh,
Here we go.
Here we go. D8.
Oh, they're the
Top
they're
half.
the 16 seed.
Oh wow! So so had they not gone in, they would have been out, right? Like it's
Yeah.
the 16th seed.
Yeah.
I
gotta
said
go
this
to Palm
way
Desert.
before you did.
Yeah, they would have been out. They would have been out.
I mean, the nice thing for Marina is, look, you're going to find out real quick if you can hang in this division, and if you win it, boom, you got in effect the 1 seed, and you can ride that all the way, or call it
Potential semifinal matchup with Beckman.
Oh, a little rematch.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Fulton better than Beckman actually.
Yeah.
But,
Now,
Yeah, Pete Caravitas has done a great
He's
job.
done a great
on the team
job
this
over
year,
there.
yeah.
Is he your coach of the year, by the way? I mean, you look at what they were last year versus this year, and there's a lot of old school Orange County people who are big Fullerton fans. We get comments on them all the time, and we don't cover them.
He could be coach of the year. There's a lot of candidates. John Shanahan, looking to beat a candidate. Kevin Heddig is a candidate. I mean, it's a really good year for coach of the year. Definitely, they were 0-10 last year, I believe, right? Another 8-2. They're second place in the Lambda, where last year they weren't even close in any of those games. So I mean,
Correct.
yeah, definitely.
What about the bottom half? Anything stand out, Dole?
Let's check it out.
Yeah. Hey, we
Irvine?
gotta pull up Western for Kim. We gotta throw him a bone
Yeah.
here after this. What division are they?
D4.
Okay, let's do D4 next.
Mary Star is an interesting team.
Calvary Chapel undefeated, first time. Quartz Hill's tough matchup for them, but and then Irvine, and they being in third place. Yeah, that's a pretty good bracket here.
That's the thing. Like you would think back in the day, this division, it's like these are all good competitive teams. There's nowhere to hide in any of these divisions. I mean, we're
No.
sitting here struggling to figure out. You could play these tournaments 10 times over and get 10 completely different results.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, it was down to 1, 2, maybe 3 teams.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's where I think they got it right.
Especially the further down you go. I mean, the tighter the gap is between 1 and 16.
So let me ask you this, right? Dole's trying to pull up the Western Division. How much does CIF play into the releaguing next year? Do we know that yet? Because I know they're going off this year and last year. Is it just regular season wins? Are they factoring in postseason? Do we know?
I'm pretty sure it's just regular season.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty
so
sure, yeah.
regardless of what you do in the post. So
Right.
Edison, for example, could theoretically win state back-to-back
Yeah.
and drop.
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I got them dropping. If that's the case, if they're not going to take playoffs into consideration, then they are dropping.
Okay,
They'll be down in the
100%.
Bravo League.
They'll be in the Bravo, yeah.
Any
Yeah.
D8 predictions here?
I like St. Monica.
Okay.
Wyatt Brown, the quarterback, is really, really good. That's probably my pick. I mean, I was looking at it blindly here. They're the 2 seed. They're really, really good. Marina, tough matchup for Marina. Palm Desert's a really good team. And then Beckman Fullerton second round could be really fun if Beckman gets past Murrieta. But that's a really good matchup too.
All right, Ken is pulling out some stats. Go
Well,
ahead,
and these
Ken.
aren't stats. This is just for releaguing stuff for next year.
You wanna project real quick, or how's it?
Well, no, I was going to say I like Fullerton. I met Coach Karavitis before, and I just like what he did before at Sunny Hills. Yeah, when you see that kind of a turnaround, especially when you get down the lower levels, that's the kind of stuff that takes you to the championship.
I agree with Kent. I've met Coach Karavitis before. Really nice guy, great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Runs a great program. Kids like playing for him. I agree with Kent. I got Fullerton winning this division.
He was coach of the year for us in 2019 at Sunny Hills when they took Sunny Hills to the championship for the first time. So he's been coach of the year before. He's a great coach. Jeff Bailey was coach of the year twice too at Yorba. So we've had multiple winners before, but he's an outstanding coach.
What do you think, Mo?
Shoot, give me Fullerton. Everybody seems to be on the Fullerton bandwagon. I'll jump on it. I've heard nothing
Yeah,
but
I'm
good
taking
things.
Fullerton too.
All right. So going over to D6 to check in on the Western Pioneers, right?
Actually, they're D4.
D4, sorry.
Yeah, that was one of those games where if Coach Davison decides to rest all of his regulars, he would have been in one of the top half of D5. But winning that game, he just jumped up a bunch of points into D4.
Shit,
Yeah.
there's those-
That's a good news, bad news.
Yeah, right.
Charter Oak, Pasadena Mira in there, Bishop Diego, San Jacinto, Cajon, Great Oak, Westlake, always tough.
Oaks
Villa
Christian's
Park.
an interesting team.
Look at that travel there for San Jacinto going to Bishop Diego.
Oh, yeah.
You're going basically from Palm Springs to Santa Barbara.
Wow.
Jeez. Cajon has a freshman quarterback.
And
They
you got
barely
La
beat
Habra
Newport.
too.
Yeah.
And then what about the lower half?
El Medina La Habra is a fun OC matchup too at the
Oh,
bottom
right.
there. Yeah.
I like La Habra in that one a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like La Habra over at El Medina. Western gets to go to Los Angeles and take on Cathedral, the Phantoms, right?
Yeah, we actually scrimmaged them at the beginning of the year, and Cathedral's really good. Their quarterback is legit. We have a really good one as well in Chance Thomas, but yeah, they were a step ahead of us in that scrimmage. for sure.
Cathedral made the finals at the Battle of the Beach passing tournament against Mission
So
Viejo.
they got some guys.
Jada Jefferson, Quentin Hale.
Wait,
yeah.
wait, Cathedral did?
I thought they did against Mission Viejo, right?
No, that was Mission Hills.
Oh,
Well, that was semifinals.
Semifinals.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Same thing.
Close enough. So if Western were to get by Cathedral, they would be hosting La Habra. Now that would be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
So
Do we have
gotta-
any, Kent, do we have any memories of La Habra?
Just a couple.
well, that was at La Habra. At least they'll be home.
2009, maybe?
Yeah,
yeah.
So pull up D3 real quick. Any predictions on D4?
Charter Oak's really good. I saw them against Corona Del Mar.
Same here.
They were in that game. Cajon, freshman quarterback, barely beat Newport. Westlake was 0-10 last year.
Yeah,
Wow.
they've really turned it around.
Freshman quarterback Ford Green, Damani Bell. But I'll go with Westlake. Make the Cinderella run. I'll go with Westlake.
Ken?
I hate picking against my
get
Pioneers
it, I
here,
get
but
it.
it's a tough bracket that they're in. I'm going to be rooting for them the entire way, but if I had to put my kid's life on it, I probably wouldn't go with them and go with Westlake as well.
Give me Charter Oak against La Habra in the finals.
Okay.
Cool.
I agree. I like Charter Oak as well to win this, and give me Charter Oak against Western. Let's go.
Let's wrap up.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
nice door. All right, go wrap it up with D3.
Hey, you didn't get my pick.
Oh, sorry, Taryn.
I will take La Habra.
Okay.
Yes. All
Watch me actually
now,
be
nobody
right.
can cover is in this division, but I know it's D3, so
We did already.
Yeah, we already
did
covered
Huntington
this.
Beach Edison.
Yeah, we
No.
did this.
Yeah, we did that one
We
already.
did D3 already.
Sleepy Mo's back to sleep. Taryn.
Typical Sleepy
We
Mo.
looked
We looked at 1, 2,
Your record
3,
shows from this
4 and 8.
week.
Do you want to do 5 real quick?
Let's go to 5.
I'm curious
1,
about
2,
5.
3, 4, and 8.
Yeah,
So let's see
let's see 5.
what's on the horizon for D5.
Torrance.
Lawrence and Redondo. Oh, that's a local
That's a
battle
very
right there.
interesting matchup.
Redondo, Cole Liner.
The Liner Bowl,
Yeah.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
that.
And
We saw
Torrance,
them play
perfect
against Huntington.
season.
Yeah.
Loyola's
St.
an
Paul.
interesting team.
I
They've got a
love
good
St. Paul.
matchup.
I think they played an incredible
Saw them
schedule.
against Los Al,
They were
right?
0-6 to start the year, but their schedule was just ridiculous. They were playing Damien, they played Los Al, and then they came in and they lost a tough one in their the final there, but they were really tough. And I like Coach Machete. I think he's really got his team battle tested. They'll play anyone, anywhere. That's his.
They do.
That's his motto.
Their non-league schedule.
Does Newberry Park still have that quarterback?
No,
Or
he
is
hurt.
got
He's
hurt.
hurt.
Brady
He's hurt.
Smigel's hurt.
He's hurt towards ACL.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Bonita Northview is a good SGV matchup for our friends in the San Gabriel Valley. Those are two
Okay.
teams that are usually really, really good up there.
How about the bottom half, Dole?
Lucerna.
Lisa Nagel.
Oh, Lucerna. Yeah.
Lisa Del Milliken.
Milliken.
Milliken had to forfeit 5 games, I believe.
Lacerna, Lakewood. Oh, yeah. There's Lacerna. Dennis Roll, our good friend.
I'm going Lucerna. Those guys just turned it on
me
the
too.
playoffs. They were in
Yeah.
the finals. Go ahead.
Orange Troy. That's a fun one in the bottom of the bracket there. I mean, Troy
Good
just
OC matchup.
Orange
Yeah.
with that big victory this week against Laguna Beach.
Troy just beat El Toro for the Iota League Championship. That's a fun one. But yeah, I think Lucerna's the best team in this bracket.
Yeah, I'm going Lacerna to win this.
They made the finals last year.
Yeah. We saw
barely
them
lost.
CDM.
Won
2
it the
years
year
ago.
before.
What do you think, Kent?
I like St. Paul.
Okay.
All right.
Taryn?
Aliso, tough matchup. Sorry, go ahead.
Man, I only wish Newberry Park still had Brady Smigel.
Yeah, they would be in that division. If
They won
did.
Division 2 last year.
Yeah,
Right.
against Murrieta Valley.
Yeah.
I have to go with Lucerna. If I had to pick another team, I'd probably say maybe Loyola.
Aliso, that's a tough draw, man. They lost to Laguna Beach, Dana, and Capo,
Yeah.
who were all Division
Oh, yeah.
2 and 3.
And
they
they're kind of competitive games, correct?
I think Dana kind of blew them out. But other than that, they're pretty competitive. And then you get Milliken, who had to forfeit games, and they're gonna be really good. And then if you win that, you get Lucerna. That's a tough draw for the Wolverines.
You drop in these divisions and think it gets easier, but it really doesn't. They
They're
really-
Division 7 last year, so they moved up. So, but I mean, that's a tough draw.
All right. Well, what do you
The other
think?
divisions we want to look at?
I don't know. This whole
Let's
thing.
let Kent talk about the league next year, possibly.
Yeah, go ahead, Kent.
Well, it's there's going to be some really interesting one. Look, if as Mike says, it's going to be based on the end of the regular season. Well, Crean's going to go up to the Alpha.
Okay.
So the Alpha
Good.
is, and then Edison drops down into the Bravo League.
Okay.
So the other one that would come up would be San Juan Hills. So San Juan
Not
Hills,
Yorba?
Yorba Linda,
Yeah, San Juan Hills,
and
Yorba,
Crean.
yeah.
Yeah, San Juan Hills, Yorba, and Crean go up.
With Los Al and San Clemente.
Right, and Mission.
Mission.
And then Edison drops down into the Bravo. There's quite a bit of movement. Dana and La Habra both come up from really lower divisions. They jump all the way up to the Bravo. I mean, I got one
Where
of
do they
these
have
for you if you
Tustin?
like, huh?
Yeah. Where do they have Tustin?
Bravo.
Bravo?
Yeah.
Laguna Beach, that loss to Orange, I guarantee you pushed them down.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Into the
They were
Delta.
definitely up there before.
So they were going to be in the Bravo before. Now they're in the Delta.
And where do we have CDM going?
CDM will be in the Bravo with Edison, Tustin, Capo, La Habra, and Dana.
Where's
Man,
Marina
like,
gonna be
Marina?
That's a gauntlet.
Marina's in the Iota
at? Okay.
with Northwood, Beckman, Laguna Hills, Pacifica, and Esperanza.
And then Huntington Beach drops down to the Delta with Laguna Beach, Villa Park, Elmo.
Edmonds is
That's
a
going
senior.
up, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They
going
don't win league next year.
Well, yeah.
I mean, those teams are good. Don't
Could
get
he
me wrong.
reclassify? I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's for another day.
Yeah.
But then Fahey is also going in. Do you
true.
want to be the same year with him?
Right.
Or maybe wait a year, redshirt? I don't know. Those are nice problems to have. but-
Yeah.
And Julian Sands still a freshman at Ohio State anyway.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Quarterback
guessing
rich.
Newport is Epsilon League.
Newport's in the Epsilon with Aliso, Tesoro, Trabuco, Foothill, and Orange. It's a fun league too.
Okay, that's winnable. And then with they got the quarterback coming out, Spigarelli.
Jordan Spigarelli.
Spigarelli, yeah.
And they returned most of their receiver corps, so Newport will be fine. My only big question mark will be their O-line and their defense.
So guys, any big stories this year that you covered that you kind of caught your attention?
Yeah, this whole transfer business is something that, I don't really like how this was handled at the end. It's one of those presumption of innocence things that went away. So if you were under review after the season started, you're suspended until that gets resolved. And while I agree with the scrutiny and the penalty, the 2 years out if you fudged your documents, absolutely, you deserve to be the hammer to be dropped on you. But to have to sit out when a school or a concerned parent can say, oh yeah, I've got a bunch of transfers over here, throws a red flag, and now those players can't play until you go resolve it. And that's the part that's a bust.
So just to clarify, so the way I understand it, you sent me this about a week or two ago. If a kid is cleared, but somebody brings up the fact that might not be legit, they can suspend the clearance.
That's exactly what happened.
So I could just before the Michigan game, if I'm a little sound, say, hey, there's 5 guys I'm not too sure about, and then theoretically they get.
Absolutely, they go under review.
It's that simple?
It's that simple.
Yes.
Wow.
But
Right?
if they were cleared already, isn't that a done deal? Now it's incumbent on the accuser to prove.
San Juan Hills, that happened to one of the players. He sat out the first game of the year. He's under review.
Right.
He was ruled eligible, played the rest of the season, and then whistleblower comes out, and right before the last game of the year, and they're under review again.
But see, I've cleared them.
Yes. So
Well,
that
suspend CIF. What the
so
guy
that-
got cleared? You guys are the ones clearing.
more evidence came forward, and they uncleared him, and then they sent it to the school. The school's a self-report. Self-reporting is
Yeah.
a big thing where it's kind of an honor system.
Right.
School self-reports, and that's what happens. But the player at San Juan Hills, one of the players that was in question.
It was just one dude that created this whole.
There's multiple dudes,
Okay.
but one of them was a Bosco transfer. I'm not gonna say his name, obviously,
Sure,
but
that's fine.
he was on the under review at the start of the year against Chaparral. Did not play. They wanted to be safe. Cleared the next week and played the rest of the season and was cleared. And then week 10 comes around, someone blows the whistle on him. He's under review again, and they have to forfeit those games now. So and then So.
They got to have a hard review. Like
Yeah.
either you're cleared or you're not. If CIF fell short in their clearing process, and that's on them. I don't like this retroactively saying, "Well, we cleared them, but it was a."
No,
Well, no, I think there's. I don't know if I agree with that because people can throw when CIF clears somebody, they're based on the information you provide.
Correct.
And they're not going to go and scrutinize every document. There's too much.
Right.
But if they let's say they get a whistleblower who says, okay, Mo doesn't live over there in this neighborhood. He really lives over here in L.A.
Right.
Well, then what happens? Mo has to sit until Mo proves that he really did move, and that's the problem. Is that and when they find out later that Mo didn't move, well, then you still go back and you forfeit all the games that you played because you're an ineligible player.
So then the ADs have to do their due diligence. They got to go next level with these clearances. Like, okay,
Absolutely.
you got through the first big hurdle, so I've cleared you, but now let's just make sure. I guess is that kind of where you're going with this?
Well, it's the strange part of this is that sometimes more information is required, and there was in one particular case where a parent had to go down to the DMV and get proof that they moved. And anytime you move, I don't necessarily go down and get a new license, because
Right.
you don't need it. Well, who wants to sit at the DMV, right? That's
Right.
that's just nutty. So, but the new information or new material is required versus just reviewing what was already given and proving that was altered or not. That didn't happen, and I think that's the bust here. And there, again, back to a presumption of innocence.
Correct.
If you're going to whistleblow on me, don't you have the obligation to
prove it.
prove
Yeah.
that I cheated?
And it's just strange. I don't, you're punishing kids for stuff adults are doing.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's how football. That's how football has been for a while, though.
Yeah,
it's happened. It's happened for a while, a long time. It happened at San Clemente 6 years ago, where you never know.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
So I mean, it's like the kids are the ones that are the victims in all this.
Correct.
Bishop Montgomery, they just destroyed that whole program.
Right. So I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to keep happening. And now CIF has the AI tools to find duplicate addresses that they've been using for years.
They're dropping hammers.
They're dropping hammers. Where before they had to go through, like you said, everyone individually, and they're not going to be able to do that. It's just impossible. There's 100 and whatever
It
schools.
seems like some of these schools are kind of taking the attitude like, okay, we'll see if we can get away with it. If we do, fine, and if we don't,
No,
I don't really.
I love the fact that they're dropping the hammer.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
do, and I
I
think
agree.
everybody would agree with
No
that.
free
that
rides around
You got to
here.
stop this.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Tom Simmons and company is doing that over at CIF.
Sure.
And I completely support that. But they just need to figure out the interim process. If somebody's going to put them under review, that's a bust.
The question,
go
The question is it enough of a deterrent to keep it going forward? Or like if you're Pauley, now you withdrew from the playoffs, you get that now the hammers really come down on them, Norco. But if you're a San Juan Hills, you still get the home game in Division One,
that's
Division
a-
Two.
Yeah.
That's a bust.
And that's
That's
like,
trouble.
is it the hammer hard enough to where is it worth it for someone to I'm not saying it's malicious, but to kind of be like, hey, let's see, like you said, let's see how long we can get away with this.
Right.
So it's like, is it enough of a deterrent? And hopefully, they're hoping that it is, and it could be because, like I said, if it's not Division Two, they wouldn't be in the playoffs because it's not enough teams. But is it enough of a deterrent to going forward? I don't know. I think we're gonna see this for a long time.
I just hope CF. I'm sorry. I was just saying real quick. Saying if you're going to transfer, this is what we must have. I want a rental agreement. I want a cable. There's like 4 or 5 things you have to provide to show proof. And if you're fudging all that, AI is going to catch it anyway. But just make it very strict and disciplined that these are the things you must provide. And if you can give us that, then
Yeah, Mike, you made a point earlier about how to correct the issue if you get caught, and I think the correction there is if you have to forfeit a game that drops you below 500, then you would be ineligible for the playoffs. Because you brought up a point about a team that lost one game, and you wouldn't want to punish the team, drop the hammer on for one game. But if it drops you below 500, I think that's when you become playoff ineligible.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Orange Lutheran in Division One, they had to forfeit 3 of their wins at the beginning of the year. Now they're 2-8.
Yeah.
They're not large because in Division One you need to fill those at large spots. They don't want buys. You want extra buys in Division One.
Right.
And they were at large from the Trinity League, but there are some more situations. They're 2-8 now. They reported themselves about 4 weeks ago. So, but yeah, that's a similar thing in Orange Lutheran. They're 2-8. They're in the playoffs, and is the hammer hard enough? Is the thing. Yeah.
Well, look, it's that time of year, man. It's the playoffs. It's getting
great.
chilly outside. This is the third season, the
It's
most
November.
important. It's great. Guys, anything you want to promote or?
We forgot to do our picks for the our teams.
Do it online. We'll do it online.
Baby. Mo is in
They
second.
haven't been playing.
Mo is in second to
I
last
don't
in
want
the
to waste our
pick'em
guest time.
stands.
We'll do it online, Tanner.
Michael Huntley on Twitter, Mike Huntley63 on Twitter. Follow me on the OC Register every week. I also work for PrepRedZone.com/California, where I do top players of the week. I do picks every week, like Taryn does. I do picks every week for all Southern California games. And that's where I am.
Yeah, I like following Mike. I've been following him
yeah.
for a long time. First time I met him was actually today. We've never met, but I've
We've
been
emailed
following
bef-
Mike
we've
for
emailed
we
before,
email back and
yeah.
forth. First time I actually met Mike was right now, and he's a great resource. Really
Well,
good.
it's funny because we invited you last year, and I think you just had a newborn.
Yeah,
So
so
how's
the-
fatherhood 1 year into it?
He's crawling around now. And
Right?
running around. It's a little, yeah, it's
Those
wild,
first
man.
couple years are
great.
stressful, man. I've
Yeah,
been there.
yeah. I'm here now though. Came through for you guys.
Thanks for being
We're
here.
gonna have an annual
Appreciate it.
tradition with the two of you because you
Yeah.
guys know your stuff, and it definitely adds a lot of value.
Now he knows his stuff. I'm a ham and egger.
You're sharp. You're good. You've been around the block.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so playoff edition of Sunset Rewind. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. And please go to sunsetrewind.com. A lot of content on there regarding football, but other Sunset League sports. Murphy Cargus, our producer director, thank you so much. Taryn Rodriguez, best reporter in the business.
Yes.
And-
Second best. Huntley's better.
Michael Huntley's here.
You better watch it, Sleepy Mo, or you're getting your butt kicked.
Coach Mo
Yes.
Paulos. I'm Kevin Dole. Thank you
Second
for
place,
joining
last
us.
place Mo. Second to last place Mo.
We'll be back
Aaron.
next week with some more.
We're about to
playoff
rumble real
edition
quick.
Football, Southern California,
you want the-
CIF football, best in the nation. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week. Take care. Be good to one another. God bless.